Hey everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Awakening. I'm so glad you're here today. You know, life has a way of being complicated, doesn't it? There are times when it feels like everything is coming at us all at once, whether it's our careers, relationships, health, or even our own personal growth. And during these moments, it's easy to find ourselves stuck. We start asking questions like, where do I even begin? Or, what's the first step? It's a feeling we've all experienced at one point or another. I've certainly been there myself. I know what it's like to stand at a crossroads, feeling overwhelmed by the weight of indecision, unsure of which direction to take. You know you want to make a change, maybe even a big one. But when you look ahead, the road seems unclear. It's like staring at a puzzle without knowing where the pieces fit, or a journey with no map to guide you. And let's be honest, it's not just about having a goal in mind, whether it's starting a new project, a new phase of your life, or even just making small improvements in your daily routine. It's about finding the courage to take that first step when the path ahead feels uncertain. We've all heard the saying that a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. But in reality, that step can feel daunting, like a leap into the unknown. So today, I want to talk about this feeling of uncertainty and share some insights that have helped me over the years. I've found that some of the best guidance comes from both personal experience and life itself. There's a lot to be learned from the stories around us, whether it's from the pages of a novel or from the lessons we gather as we move through life. And while we may not always have all the answers, what I've learned is that we don't need to have everything figured out right away to start moving forward. This video isn't about offering quick fixes or easy solutions. It's about getting real with the fact that not knowing where to begin is a part of the journey itself. We'll dive into what that means, and hopefully, by the end of this, you'll have some fresh perspectives on how to move from feeling stuck to taking those first steps, however big or small they may be. So if you're feeling unsure about where to start, know that you're not alone. I hope this conversation brings a little clarity, and together, maybe we can uncover some ways to begin moving forward. We all know what it's like to feel stuck. When you know what you want, but the first step seems impossible to take. It's a struggle that many of us can relate to. It's like the character of Nora Seed in The Midnight Library, stuck in a sea of possibilities, but unsure which path to choose. Or like Lily Bloom in It Ends With Us, desperately wanting to break free from unhealthy patterns, but feeling paralyzed by fear and doubt. These are the moments when we know the change we seek, but we just can't seem to take that first step. Now, this sense of struggle isn't new. It's a feeling that's deeply embedded in our spiritual lives too. Even St. Paul understood this inner battle, speaking honestly in Romans about how he desired to do good but found himself doing the very thing he didn't want to do. It's that same tension we feel between wanting to move forward but being held back, whether in our relationships, our careers, or even our faith. In those moments, it can feel like we're standing still, unsure of how to move forward. But here's where faith offers us something profound. We're reminded in the Bible, in Proverbs, to trust in the Lord with all our hearts and not to lean on our own understanding. That doesn't mean we won't face challenges or doubts, but it encourages us to let go of the pressure to have all the answers. Instead, we're invited to trust God with our next step, knowing that He'll guide us even when the path ahead seems unclear. The beauty of faith is that it gives us the courage to move forward even when we don't have everything figured out. You know, this is where I feel faith can really help us clear up the confusion. One thing that has always stayed with me is this idea of starting exactly where you are. I've always found comfort in Jesus' invitation. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11:28. It's such a powerful reminder that it's okay not to have everything figured out, that we don't need to have all the answers to take that first step. In fact, true strength comes when we admit we don't have it all together and let God's wisdom lead us. If you look at the writings of Paul, especially in the New Testament, he talks about life as a race. But here's the key. He doesn't say we need to sprint from the start. No, he talks about perseverance, about taking steady, measured steps even when the path ahead seems uncertain. And he encourages us to press on toward the goal, Philippians 3:14. But notice, it's not about getting everything perfect from the beginning. It's about making progress one step at a time, trusting that with each step we grow stronger. I've noticed that in life, we often set off on a path with a certain idea in mind, thinking we know exactly what we're after. Maybe it's success, maybe it's love, or maybe it's peace. But as time goes by, things tend to get more complicated and the struggles start piling up. Why does this happen? Well, it's often because we don't really know where we're starting from. Too many times, we're chasing something based on what we think we should want, or based on what others expect of us rather than what we truly need or desire deep down. It's the same with us. We get caught up in trying to pursue someone else's version of happiness or success. But in the end, we only find ourselves feeling more lost. Real peace, real purpose, comes when we stop trying to follow someone else's dream and start listening to what God has placed in our hearts, what is truly meant for us. So, where do we start? Here's the answer that has worked for me. We begin with the present moment. Start where you are. Don't worry about the grand picture just yet. Just take one step. Trust that God is with you in that step, guiding you through the uncertainty. In the end, it's not about having all the answers right away. It's about trusting the process, leaning into faith, and having the courage to take that first step, no matter how small it might seem. Remember, every journey, no matter how long or winding, begins with just one step. So take that step today. Don't wait for everything to be perfect. Just move forward with faith and trust in God's timing. I'm so grateful you joined me today. I hope this message has helped you realize that taking the first step isn't about having everything figured out. It's about having the courage to begin, even when the road ahead seems uncertain. You don't need all the answers right now. Just take that first step with faith, with trust, and watch as the path slowly unfolds before you. And remember, it's never too late to start. It doesn't matter where you are in life or how far you think you've gone down a different path. The only thing we regret are the things we didn't try, the chances we didn't take. So don't worry about being too late. You don't have to have everything in place. Just trust in the journey and know that with each step, things will get clearer. Growth isn't always a straight line, but with each step forward, you'll find more clarity, strength, and purpose. Keep moving forward, keep trusting, and most importantly, keep believing in what God has in store for you. Take care, keep going, and remember, you've got this. Keep growing in your faith because the best part of the journey is still ahead.